Hi, today I'll be speaking about how to select a research topic, and my focus is majorly on selecting a research topic while preparing for PhD admissions, because most of us, being a PhD aspirants, we really struggle to find a research topic which we have to present either through a proposal or we have to present during our PhD admission interviews. So now certain institutes may ask us to present just a broader area or research interest, or some institute may want us to present a specific topic. So now we are keeping a specific topic into focus, because if we know what is our specific topic, then definitely we will be able to answer what is our broader research interest also. Now to find out to find out a research topic, in my opinion, there are two ways to approach it. One is through a personal friend, and second one is through uh, through finding out a broader area and the literature. The first one is figuring out from my personal experience, or what I what I see or read around, and finding a topic from that. Like for example, I was interested in knowing. Basically, I was bothered by looking at delivery boys in Swiggy and other delivery platforms, where at present they are earning some income, and but the skill they are learning is very limited. They learn learning scooter and how to use Android phone, nothing more than that. Now they may now that may suffice them to get an income, but then what about their future? So what will happen when they grow older? So these things bothered me. So now this is from my personal experience. Now I have to figure it out how I can make it a research question. So for that I have to follow certain process, which I'll come back in the later stage of the video. So that is the one area where you will be finding out your research interest from your personal experience, and then moving into academic part. The second part is that through literature, where I'll figure out what is the broader area I'm interested in. That could be motivation, or performance, or control mechanisms, or something in if you say in marketing, something like bottom of the pyramid, or some other thing which I'm interested in. From there, figuring out what is the literature, what is the current research happening in that particular area, and then figuring out what I can do, basically coming from literature point of view. So these are two broad approaches to that. So whichever the approach it is, I have to look for the current literature, or the current things happening in that particular topic, and the past literature, because essentially research is nothing but continuing a conversation on that particular issue. So to continue the conversation, to add to the conversation, I need to know what has been the conversation in the past. So that I'll be knowing, that I'll know only when I start reading and understanding the past literature. So how to know that? One thing is that when I know so what these things are called in literature, then I can start reading about those things through textbooks or research articles. Now how do I know that what it's called in the academic world? For example, what I said about Swiggy workers, I may not know what it is called in academic language. Then it is better to take help from the like from our faculties or from our seniors. Like for example, in my case, the kind of work Swiggy workers do, that industry is called as gig work, or gig economy. And then the kind of work they do is called as precarious work. The precarious work is nothing but the work which is very uncertain, which is insecure, and which a lot of risk. So when once I know these words, then I'll be able to find out literature around that. So once you know these things, if that particular area is well established, then you can look for a textbook. So why textbook? Because it is simple to read textbooks than reading directly research article. Because as aspirants, if we do not have exposure to research articles, then that will demotivate us, because research articles are very difficult to read and understand in the first go. That was how it was to me. So So in that sense, it is better to read textbooks, so it will give you the broader understanding on the topic, what has been done earlier, and it will also give you the comprehensive understanding on that particular topic. Once we finish textbook, then we start with the research articles. So for that, always better to find out a review article. If the topic which we are exploring is quite matured, and if it has research literature from past 10-15 years, then definitely we will find a review article on the uh, uh, in the journals. So how to find that? So we have to, like for example, I know that gig work and precarious work is the two keywords which I am looking for. That in Google Scholar I can search using gig work, precarious work and review as keywords, and then find relevant review articles. So once I find review articles, that will help me to figure out what is happening in the research world in that particular topic. So if you are not able to find review articles, then find out uh, research articles related to that particular domain for past 5-10 years. So then how to read these articles? It is very important to find out few major elements, or very a few essential elements from this research article, which will help you to have some understanding on research topic, or to finalize what you really want to study. So while reading a paper, it is very important to figure out, the first part is to figure out key concepts around the issue which you are studying. So what are the few key concepts that we have to pick from these papers or the textbooks? Second thing is that find out what has been the previous findings on this particular issue or the topic which we are interested in. Then the third one is to figure out what are the common methods used in that, inquiring these issues which I am interested in. Why methods, and why we have to find out common methods? Because it's an issue of methodology. Certain topics are explored in certain ways. That comes from the tradition it follows, that comes from the suitable method which is convenient to that. For example, some topics are explored from quantitative bent more, some from qualitative, because that's what that particular topic demands, or that has that's what has been a tradition for that particular topic followed. So in that sense, I must I should get informed on these things. So read about the methods part, what they have what they've used in the previous literature. And the fourth part is, based on this understanding, what is that these papers suggesting for the future research. Once we read that, either through a review article, textbooks, or reading independent articles, then we'll have a fair understanding on what has been done in the previous literature. Now the question you are interested in, you can see whether the question you are interested in is a novel question or something which is already explored. If it is explored, then what is new you are going to add to that is important while selecting a topic. So now if you are able to, if still what questions you had is new, then you can build on that. If not, the second thing what you can get is that take hint from these papers in the section of way forward and future directions, where they suggest few research future directions. From there also you can select topic and then explore. So this is how you make understanding of that. Once you have a issue and you decide that this is not explored much earlier, then you want to take it up. Now it is about framing it properly. So first frame what is your issue, then research issue you are going to inquire. From that, figure it out what is the exact research question you are looking for. So once you have the research question, that is what part of the research, that what you are going to inquire or investigate. Once you have that, then come to second part, why this is important. So that is nothing but the significance of your research. It is very important to establish, because in the interview they will definitely ask what's new what is new in your research, and how different it is from the previous research, or why one has to study that, the question of so what. So we have to establish that, or we have to justify that why this research topic has to be studied. Just because it is new, one cannot study. Yes, it is new, but studying this will do 1, 2, 3 these kind of implications. then only we can say this topic is, a significant one which we have to explore. So establish why it is needed. The first part is what is the research question, second part is why it is needed, and third part is if it is needed, an important question, then how you are going to investigate it or how you are going to study it. That how part is exactly the method part. So once we know these things, it becomes easier for us to come up with the research topic and uh, you know uh, and figure out how we are going to do. So now what is important here is to consider is that it is not that easy as how I said. First of all, I did not know these things when I was preparing, so now I know these things, and I'm it is not that I know completely, but I'm slowly trying to understand. And second part is that when we are aspirants, definitely it is not easy. It is going to be very time consuming, and it is going to be very a painful process. So we have to have patience, and we need to have a proper guidance. So if you can get some guidance from faculties or seniors on what is the right research paper you can read, what is the right conceptual understanding you have to gain, then it becomes easier than searching by yourself. So try to get that. And second thing is that our motto here is not get not to get perfection. That is not going to happen at this stage without a proper guidance. Here it is to have build some efforts to understand a research topic and have a topic, so you have something to discuss in your interview. So, and it also shows that you have read enough. I mean, 10-15 articles or a review articles, few text a few textbook chapters on that particular topic. That shows how serious we are on our research, on our PhD, and how prepared we are. So that gives us a good weightage in our interview. So basically perfection is not, because anyways once you get into PhD, things will change, and we will learn we will learn better things, and our questions and our method of investigation, everything changes. But in the research, it is very important to establish that I have done enough homework. So this is what is I think important while selecting a topic. All the best. Thank you.